Sure. I don't know how that happened. Oh, I guess he's dead. What the fuck? Where are you going, Dex?
We gotta drop those
What? Fell to death. How did you do that? You kidding? What is happening?
Hello. Let's get back to it. I don't know how long this will last today because I don't have just like carte blanche to keep going at this for once. But, you know, I'll get as much of it as I can get done. Here, let's go ahead and get... Here, you know what I just realized? 1 second. I'm gonna get in the voice channel. Who knows? I might have a friendo join at some point. Bird. I love how everything is calm and peaceful, and then I see a spray of bubbles. Ah, bubbles. What the hell? I'm gonna just move the microphone a little bit closer to me, probably for no fucking reason, because I don't recall there being an issue in previous streams, but whatever. You know, part of me wonders about just going and getting the outside layers done. Oh look, Corekeeper music. What an odd place to hear that. You know, honestly, Corekeeper was one of the early games that I added to this playlist, and part of me wonders, like, if all of these biomes even, like, I don't even know if this biome existed when I did that. Maybe? The passage didn't, I can tell you that for a fact. And then they had that, like, crossover event with the lab. Which I presume the game would still spawn in. Like, if I was to make a new map, I imagine that that would still be part of it. You know what, let's just go ahead and get this top area done, because otherwise this is just going to be a disconnected mess. Okay, he doesn't seem to give a shit that he just got clipped. I suppose it's his business if he wants to defend himself, eh? Oh, we're not even that far away from this corner of the passage. We'll do it the same way we did last time, where I'll just decide we're close enough and just jump straight into that area. Sack of shit. Well, hello. Okay, where is the nearest? Oh, Jesus Christ. So, straight north looks like? Oh, God, that's gonna be such a pain in the ass. Left side. Well, here we go, I guess. Let's go ahead and get these taken care of. Man. Oh, I see another one right here, too. Oops. I'll be honest, I thought this was going to take longer than this. But then again, I still gotta, like, and it's not like this is gonna take all that much longer to do the other steps, but I do still have to throw down the conveyor belt, and I do still need to, put down the wooden flooring, so it's not like it's over. It's just that I thought that, like, putting together the bridgeway all the way to the line, I thought that was going to take a lot longer. I will say this, though. This is a hell of a lot more convenient when you consider the possibility that we run into a Pandorian boulder here in the next area. I'm still, like, genuinely concerned that we're gonna end up with overflow. I don't want overflow. Overflow sucks. Because like I've said before, overflow means interacting with your shit in a way that is the literal opposite of automation. Because if I'm having to put my hands into it, it's not automated. I mean, I suppose I could add, like, I don't know, 1 or 2 more furnaces, but... I think probably the first step would be to take all of the metal out of the furnaces, the fury furnaces that are closest to the end of the machine, and put all of that metal back on the line and have it filtered through the earlier furnaces to see, you know, how much of that actually gets put in. But then that would, like, I would only want to do that if I was genuinely having an issue with overflow. I wouldn't want to do that otherwise, because realistically you're better off if the metals are spread across all of the furnaces, even if that spread is, like, chaotic, because that means more furnaces are burning, which means more metals are being completed at all times. Honestly, that was one of my biggest irritations when it came to, like, when they increased the cap from $9.99 in a stack to $99.99 in a stack. So 1,000 minus 1 to 10,000 minus 1. My biggest irritation with that was my metal machine, because I quite liked having, like, a heap of different furnaces, like, constantly moving. And when they increased that cap, we'd end up with a situation where there was, like, 7,000 of one metal in a single furnace, instead of, like, having a whole lot of different furnaces going. And, like, does that mean that there's significantly less overflow and less chance for overflow? Yes. But it also means that at any given moment, less progress is being made than there could have been. So there's, like, some good and some bad. I've said before that, like, realistically, at the amount of metal that we have right now, it doesn't at all matter, because there's not anything that I need. So, like, there's no reason to complain, like, oh no, the metals aren't being processed fast enough. Like, it doesn't matter. God damn it. Anyway. But yeah, particularly back when Pandorian was first introduced, I think, was also the same... Yeah. Because the passage didn't exist when the classic maps were a thing. And so... And that was the same time that they added the cap increase. So I was kind of annoyed that, like, we've got this new medal, and we've got a new stack cap, and because of that, the automated process is slower with the slowest metal. And I found that to be relatively irritating, not gonna lie. Like, it was just shit timing for it to happen simultaneously. Yo, my owl was just so fucking lost over there. What the hell? You know, I keep on referring to the gem snail as a crystal snail. Which is truly the greatest problem of our time. Wait, really? Does this just loop back into the... Okay. Why? He saw that laser and was like, nah. By the way, I don't use the laser because I think it's faster in this area. I use it because the bomber dipshits can just, like, show up through a wall and murder you at a moment's notice, and it's better to not be right up on the wall as a result. You also can't, like, the effect that I think that the pickaxe is called the Soul Seeker. The effect that I'd mentioned in previous streams, where when you break a wall with it, then you have a % chance to get an ore commonly associated with that wall. That actually doesn't have anything to do with passage walls at all. And it's because in the passage, Pandorium isn't actually in the walls. It's in, like, micro deposits outside of the walls. Which, I don't know if that was an intentional choice made specifically to make it so that using the Soul Seeker on these walls wouldn't be a viable option, or if they just thought that that would be a neat variation on the old ideas. I don't know. If it was a balanced decision, it was a completely unnecessary thing to do, but presentation-wise, I suppose it looks kind of neat. Like the one thing that I think is like the best about digging in the passage is realistically there's not a lot of individual items in the passage. The passage is very monotonous in terms of like item variety. Even when you find chests in the little ruins areas that you find out here, that's probably the fastest way that you might end up with a full inventory, but for the most part it's just these walls of like, what, 3 or 4 variations of plants, black bugs, the goop and the bombs that you get from enemies, that's it. Like when you find the ruins, there's the floor, there's the walls, there's the lanterns, and like I said, the chests. That's it. There's nothing else in this region. Well, okay, with the exception of the Rift Forge or whatever the fuck it's called. It's essentially a crafting table that you have to find. You can't make it yourself or anything like that. Which I think is a relatively okay variation on the normal ideas. Oh, also I forgot the 2 enemies have trophies. That's really not that many items, though. Even when you put everything together, there's just really not that much item variety in this area. I don't expect any Angies out here in the water, but you never know. Usually out here on the edge, you don't have, like, I haven't really seen any Angies all the way out on the edge of the passage. Usually it's in, like, you know, it's toward the center of it. Bruh. But again, just like any other area, the greatest risk to bloat your inventory is these feckin' gem necklaces and rings. Oh, I like that. It's always nice when the boom does my job for me. On the next loop, it's mostly just going to be this. And the loops after that, it's going to be entirely. Just hanging out in the passage forever and ever, carving away at the walls. And honestly, like, initially when I was thinking about this project, I thought, man, the passage is gonna be the worst. Honestly, eh. Like, I thought it was gonna be the worst because it's like, you know, these worm bastards are super annoying, but like, since I'm carving the whole time with the laser, eh. Honestly, given all the circumstances together, like, the worst part about this is the passage is just boring. But it's not as annoying as the desert. I still, like, I'm gonna, hand on heart, I think the desert is the worst. I said hand on heart, I didn't have my hand on my heart. Is that good enough? Whatever. I think the desert is the worst. I think it's the worst by quite some margin, because not only are those enemies dickheads, like, I'd say the best thing about these enemies in comparison to, say, the bomb scarab is that these guys, while they will definitely 100% intentionally bomb like conveyor belt lines, and as a result you will still find broken conveyor belt lines in the passage just at random, because why wouldn't you? I still say that that's better than the bomb scarabs in the desert, because they'll actually follow your shit all the way to your home. And I'd say if these enemies did that, my god, like, I probably would stop playing this game. I gotta be honest. That would have been like the worst possible thing that they could have done. Like, if the bomber worm just made its way back to your casa and just started dropping bombs everywhere inside of... Oh, nah, dude. At the very least, I would almost certainly be doing this game the way that I do, the way that I do Valheim, where I would adventure on one map and then use another map as home. But in this game, that would be a much, much, much bigger pain in the dick. Okay, I do want those. Give me that. I completely forgot about those earlier when I was talking about item variety in this area, but still, it's only one more item. It's really not that much. I suppose there's more item variety in this area if you include fishing, but who would do that? Certainly not I. You think it's weird when you like, if you bring this up... holding an item on the cursor right here, and then, like, I was, like, you're stuck in place until it figures out what to do with that item, which is just strange. And it didn't used to do that. Oh, shit my fucking ass, bruh. I think this is like idle music for one of the Gitadoras, but genuinely it sounds like a boss fight. Oh well, we're basically done with this corner. I want it. We have very, very, very few of those. All thanks to the fact that you don't see very many. Like, even if you spend an awful lot of time out in the passage, you're not going to see many of those. Yeah, I think I'm spending more time right now in the passage over on the inside edge of it. And we haven't seen Andes for a while. Long enough that it reinforces my belief that unless you're relatively close to the center, then... well, closer to the center anyway. Then you're just not gonna see any. Alright. I'll take care of that later. Hopefully I won't forget. Mother. I know what game this is, but like it gives me super heavy vibes from another game, and like my brain is not placing which game. The worst part is I can't even remember what game I'm like which incorrect thought my brain is having. Like it's wrong no matter which one it is, because it's Okami and I know that. For a second I looked up and thought my owl was a baddie. Boy, I saw those levels, that peaked pretty hard. All the way up into the red. Well, sure, if he wants to go that way, that's fine. I don't mind if he makes it all the way back to the home. The home. What a way to say it. But no, yeah, like, he's not a threat. I can always deal with him later. The only, like, slightly annoying thing about him making it all the way back is that the primary form of defense I have at home is the radiation crystals, and that doesn't affect crystal biome enemies. You know, it only just occurs to me, this track is actually fairly appropriate for where we are. It's maybe a bit too long for its own. Oh, it's 6 minutes long. I should cut that in half, bro. You know, my guy, I'd find it a lot less annoying if you would just let the thing take you away. Okay, there he goes. Bye. You know what that tells me is it's time to dump some shit. You know what I just realized? Hold on. Yo, it has this as well? Not that one, hold on. Anyway. Dude, I gotta say, here lately I've noticed that, like, I just randomly get the, like, weird movement physics, like my character is slippery. And like, I don't really need any confirmation that that shouldn't be happening when my character's not slippery. There's no alternate cause for it. I'm looking at the audio levels to see how loud the song is on stream. It looks fine. Okay, it's time to start going left or right. Start making my way upwards. One second. One second.
I feel like that's not how that should have gone at all.
I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to get up there.
More to deal with.
Nice. I'm just gonna observe this for a moment. Hey guys. Hey, guy. Hey, y'all are being very, very rude. No.
You're kidding. Speaking of game design,
Where'd this fucker go? Really? I love it. What a fucking fight, man. I'm such a total badass. Oh, I'm dying. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Bleh. Pussy. Alright, sorry about that. I had an idea for a technical thing that I wanted to try out. And so I did, and it works. Okay, that spot right there. Is there anything else that I've missed? This looks like no, it looks like we've been pretty solid so far. God, what a long process. I wonder how many people have done what I'm doing. I will say I certainly haven't seen anything like this on anyone's stream before. Like, one thing I've noticed consistently about this game on Twitch is that most of the streams are like Far East Asian. And I'm saying Far East Asian because I'm like, at first glance, don't know the difference between Japanese and like other Far East Asian languages when written. Because I am a dullard and I have no culture. What even is that? Knowing stuff is obviously deeply un-American. Can't just go out in the world and know stuff. That's gay. Oh god, that's dumb. I'm so dumb. Anyways. I'm sure somebody's dumb enough to have actually said it. I'm certain of it. Uh, they make such cute noises, and then I kill them. Fun video game. This just really makes me want to play Dead Rising 2 again. You know, at one point I was sort of kind of routing like a faux speedrun of a game to do everything. as quickly as possible, and it was interesting for a while until I realized that it genuinely doesn't take that long until you've done everything extra and there's nothing left to do. Like no matter what I did, there was always, like, it didn't even take that long to get to a point to where all I could really do was, like, wait for the next set of events to start happening. I was kind of hoping that doing a project where it's like, oh, well, we'll do, like, we'll include everything, all the survivors, all of the point bonuses, everything. And I figured that would mean that there would always be something to do. Nope. In fact, it introduces some really annoying shit. Like, I didn't realize for quite some time that there was a point bonus for vandalizing the Zombrex posters. And I'll be real honest, that is not a good activity. It's not difficult, it's just... ugh. That was, curious. I'm genuinely not sure how I managed to not take damage there, but okay. I suppose I was just slightly outside of that hitbox, but I don't necessarily see how. I'll take it. You know what's funny is I've reached a point where I don't even really associate this track with this section of God Hand anymore. I associate it with a stage that I put it on in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 on PS3. That tells you how, like, immaterial that section is in God Hand. I don't even associate its music with that fight anymore. I guess it's on both fights, isn't it? The fact that I even have to ask it's on both fights, isn't it? It just emphasizes the point. I don't associate it with that fight anymore. Oh, I saw that. Oh, I see that, motherfucker. One second. I said as though I was gonna go away, but more like I'm putting off making that line for a moment. Oops. Heck. Oh no. Oh, you know what? I don't really need to, I don't know why I was, like, acting like I genuinely need to write that out, and, like, nah. It doesn't need to come back to the... It doesn't need to come back to the same, like, coordinates. It just needs to get to where it's going. I almost just like walked away like this didn't like this was already done. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, on top of this, Viv and I do plan to stream some Subnautica Below Zero today. And we decided that, like, we've played the original Subnautica so many times, but we've only really played through Below Zero once. So we're gonna see what we can do, having a little bit of experience in the game, or what kind of experience it'll be the second time through. It's like we both agreed that people were mostly right that Below Zero was not as good, but that might be at first blush, and we'll see if that, like, if we maintain that feeling going through it again. I imagine we'll probably still feel like it's not as good, but I think that we'll probably appreciate it more the second time around, if I were to guess. And I work to guess, because I just did it. Of guessing, we will go. Yo, stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. Yet another boulder. Okay, we'll just do this one down. So about overflow. I don't know why it didn't occur to me that we might have Solarite overflow. I guess I was just like, oh no, that Pandorium, that's gonna get us. But like, the Solarite overflow is probably gonna be a problem too. Oh no. Especially since what we've got looks like, yeah, four new boulders. Look, it's not actually a problem, but like I said, like in terms of the automation, I really just don't like overflow. But either way, so long as all the metal gets to home, I don't have a real reason to care. I just do because I'm me. I should probably go ahead and drop all of my stuff. I think this, without looking, I haven't looked yet. On the Rain Slick precipice, but yes, sir. You know, I've only played the very first chapter of 4 of this game, and I did play it to completion. And then I started on the second one and decided I didn't want to deal with the point and click of it, because it's a turn-based RPG, but it is all mouse controls, or it was back then. I don't know if they ever changed up on that. But I gotta say, like, the music in the first 2 parts is very, like, carnival silly, and then after that, it's, like, genuinely has the music of an epic. And that part makes me want to give it another shot and play through it all. But like genuinely, like the first part was almost like it was like the presentation of it all like was interesting and shit. But real talk, it kind of felt like an overwrought Newgrounds game. And like, I'm not saying it was bad. I played it to completion, and it clearly wasn't bad. But it felt a bit off. Like, I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know like what to call it. It was definitely an awkward gaming experience. But they did make 4 parts of this shit, so I mean, I don't know, maybe because the 3rd and 4th one is what ends up with this like epic RPG music. For all I know, that's when it picked up and got really, really, really good. Or maybe it never got really good and it just got a much better soundtrack on the same shitty gameplay. I don't know. Oh shit, I almost walked right into that. I'm gonna find out real quick if this island on the right is completely separated from that shit on the left. It looks like it is, and if it is, we're just gonna work on this side real quick and then bring it back to the left afterwards. Yeah, okay. Fuck you. Man. I don't remember what part of the game this track is. I want to say maybe it's caves? Like the stage music is in Phantasy Star Online for the uninitiated. And likely never to be initiated, because who the hell is going to go back and play Phantasy Star Online at this point, unless you're doing like a console thing kind of ordeal. Anyway, the first Phantasy Star Online is separated into 4 stages: forest, caves, mines, and ruins. And I think Growl might be the cave. But you know, I kind of wish that Sega would stop making video games and just make soundtracks for other video games. Not necessarily because I don't think that Sega makes good games. You know, they're not my thing, but I know that that other people quite like them. But mate, one thing that they routinely hit on: OSTs, man. Although, if I'm honest, I don't feel like this sounds like race music. I feel like this sounds like a boss fight. Okay, I'll be honest, I 100% expected there to be an actual separated island in there, which is why I was like, yeah, I should go ahead and get out here and check. Turns out, though, no. Ain't nothing out there disconnected from what I'm doing. Last time it was my left ear, now it's this one. I don't know what's going on. It's not these, because last time I thought, you know, maybe I had neglected like, I couldn't remember when was the last time that I cleaned them. And I thought maybe I should be cleaning these more. But now I've been, like, kind of obsessive about that because when that happened to my left ear, that sucked a lot. So I don't know what's going on with my ears, but they're just, like, suddenly becoming super sensitive. And it's definitely not because my headphones aren't clean, because, like I said, got really obsessive about that. Like I said, you know what, for now, I don't want to clean up the lines. That's my new policy is no more cleaning up the lines. I will pick up the generator and the drill, and I will otherwise leave it the hell alone. Because I really want the conveyor belts to be there so that when I need to drop off all of my shit, I don't have like 800 miles to run or boat to. There's the halfway point. So how far away are we from that? Why would I even suspect that there was any chance that I was nearing the halfway point? We haven't been out of the passage for all that long. Jesus. You know, if I was already nearing the halfway point, this would be done hella fast in comparison. Like, I'm of two minds. I don't know if I wish or if that would actually kind of suck because, like, I wish I could be done that quick, I guess. But that would mean a much smaller map, and I don't know that that would be a good thing. I've got my right headphone just kind of like chilling on my thumb. Man. By the way, to clarify, when I, like, the title, when I ask, can I fully clear this before the update, the question is not, is there enough time? The question is, do I have the determination? Am I a bad enough dude to clear this map? But really, there's like the risk of just burning out before I get there. Which is why, like, at first I was like 8-hour shifts, and then I did a couple of those in a row, and then I was like, maybe just long enough to clear the top or bottom section. And then it was like, God, that took fucking forever too, and I don't know. Realistically, when I can get myself to do this, I should just do however much I can do without losing my shit. watch one day there will be, I'll be doing this in the passage. Just say one day. At some point during this process, I will be doing this in the passage. And some silly ass occurrence will cause me to die, and then I'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. We're done with this for the day. Because that's how my brain tends to do shit. Like, if that was frustrating, I'm gonna walk away from this. Yeah, I'm genuinely of the opinion that I'm gonna have Spellrite overflow. Probably a decent amount of it. Like, now that I'm, like, genuinely thinking about it, like, I don't see how the hell it could possibly not happen. Let's try putting this back in now. And here, you know what? Because this section of this is super tiny, I'm gonna cut down all of this that's behind this. Oops. I think we could definitely make it up to the halfway point without a problem. I say that, but I don't really know when Viv is going to wake up. I mean, we're already at 10 a.m. She didn't go to bed until 2 in the morning, which is very late for it. So, like, for context, yesterday she worked. Today she's off. So, that's not an issue. The thing is, though, is that her job is not, like, low intensity. It is a tiring job. So the fact that she was up until fucking 2 in the morning is abnormal. Now, normally, to help her maintain her sleep schedule, I tend to make sure that she's awake by noon. I might still do that, because that's 10 hours of sleep, but, I mean, we'll see. And if there's one thing that Viv is, like, highly skilled at doing, it is sleeping a lot. Honestly, like, dude, like, this has been one, like, extreme consistent, like, I'm not about stereotypes in general, but I will say that in my personal experience, almost every time I've ever been talking to a female coworker and I've asked the question, so what do you like to do outside of work? I'm typically asking about hobbies, right? Just out of, like, I'd like to get to know the people around me better. Almost universally, the answer I get is sleep. So what do you like to do outside of work? Sleep. Usually followed up by, I don't know, I'm boring. Which is, in my opinion, code for, I don't want to talk about me. Or maybe it's more like I don't want to tell you about me, but either way. Like, for me, I know, like, okay, this conversation is over. I swear, they only want to be where they shouldn't be. Bastards. They're like cats. Only interested in being where they shouldn't be or touching the things that they shouldn't touch. Things that are allowed are deeply disinteresting and don't bother. Oh. Time to drop shit off. You know, it's weird when it comes to the upgrade gems, I still sort of see them, like, I mentally see their value at the same level that they were back when they were super rare. So it's like, ooh, Gemerald, better go get it. They're not nearly that rare anymore. Super easy to get heaps of them in. Like, at this point, all it really takes is just grinding the core commander. Hmm. You know what I need to do is find the information about who actually composed all of these dungeon fighter tracks, bro. That's some bullshit, dude. Here we go again with my frickin' ear. I've got to figure out what's causing this. I think part of it might be that what it is the headphones that I normally use, they don't actually sit inside my ear. It's a muff on the outside. These, I actually have like a little bit of metal that's actually touching my skin, and I don't think that my ears are used to it. And who knows, maybe I've developed a, what would it be, probably a zinc or tin allergy or whatever. Watch me find out later that the inside of my ear is green. Fuck. Okay, I'm clearly running out of space on this island before we have to go boating. Son of a bitch, dude. I don't know why it only occurred to me just now to do that. For a second, I thought that glow was a turret droid, and I was like, what the hell is he doing over here? I was like, right. Yeah, these shamans, they glow that way too. Man, Darksiders is such a, like, heartbreaking series, because, like, look, gameplay-wise, the first game is not good. It's very, I'm not gonna say, like, it's not, I'm not gonna say it's bad. But, like, it's basically, like, see, okay, I don't think that the gameplay of Devil May Cry is all that good. I think people that are into Devil May Cry, like, I think that they think it's a, you know, much more than it is. Having said that, no shade to anybody that thinks that it's much more than it is, but I think it's over-aggrandized by quite a bit. Having said that, Darksiders 1 is sort of like a watered-down Devil May Cry. Like in terms of combat, it's a very, very watered-down Devil May Cry. The optimal combat being like the guard cancel, where you just do the same just the first attack over and over, is not like super different from like Samurai Western, but at the same time so much worse than that. It doesn't feel nearly as good. But, like, the lore and the world building was really, really sick. particularly when you get to, I almost said Devil May Cry 2, Darksiders 2. Darksiders 2, like, that world building and that lore was just so fucking good. And thankfully the gameplay was considerably better by the second game, but unfortunately, the direction that they went with the third game was very... Dark Souls is popular, let's try to do that. And so they made a... They made a game meant to mimic a bland video game and did it even worse. Definite shade to Dark Souls fans. Be ye shaded. Not saying you shouldn't be allowed to like those games, but my god, Dark Souls fans act like there has never been a more perfect thing made ever, and that could not be further from the truth. But yeah, like, unfortunately, like, Darksiders 3 is... It's just a bad experience. I wanted it to not be, I really wanted to like the rest of the series, but... Man, especially when it came to, like, Darksiders Genesis, they completely gave up by then. And, like, anyone who wants to try to tell me that they hadn't completely phoned that one in, that argument is gonna need some heavy fucking lifting. Man, it's just one of those things where if private equity hadn't fucking shoved their ass where it doesn't belong, and the company hadn't been, destroyed by stupid bullshit, they may have been able to continue their vision unimpeded, and game series might have continued to be good. We're at a point now where, Genesis was such a shit, I wasn't even, interested in trying to play through it so that I could continue to experience the lore. And for me, that's pretty extreme because I really, really, really appreciated the lore of that series. But, at the same time, I pushed through Darksiders 3 for the lore, and Darksiders 3 wasn't worth it. We even had a female pro tag, and that's, my fucking preference, bro. How did they fuck that up so bad? Anyway. Tekken 3, bruh. It's so weird to, the nostalgia that I have regarding Tekken 3 doesn't even necessarily have much to do with the game itself. Because, really what it has to do with is the location that I first saw Tekken 3. And, at that point in time, I was not in any way interested in actually playing Tekken. But I do remember seeing Eddie Gordo for the first time and being like, yo, this guy's movement looks completely nonsensical. Bitch. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and carve the rest of this up. Doesn't matter what direction I go in, there's some dickhead with their ranged attacks. Yeah, I was being a little cautious about trying to attack it right there, because we've experienced that one before where, like, I'll try to attack the turret droid and it'll, sentry, whatever they want to call it, and, since I'm attacking with the pickaxe, I'll, like, break a wall at the same time and it'll move me forward as a result. And forward in that case means right in the line of fire. Alright, let's map a little bit more of this blue. And then I'm going to take a bathroom break. Anyways, right. I will be back.
I know, right? What a fucking fight.
The Syndicate doesn't have the pull to organize something on this scale. I don't think they're just targeting us. Then who called them in? Worry about that later. Right now, I'm a bit busy. I always win my arguments. Don't get cocky.
You know, the gun she's controlling is... What? What a fucking good game! Because I thought you were saying that the website... Oh. What the fuck?
What?
Press F to piss. Yo, best video game ever, 10 out of 10. Damn, man. Okay. There's a bunny. Man. Horrible. That's what I was thinking. I think this is supposed to be creepy. Yes. I love it. I'm getting some, like, Evil Dead vibes here, because I think that this is supposed to be creepy, but instead I think it's hilarious. Yo, what's up, Bunnyman? No, don't flip away. Come back. I need your acrobatics in my life. Right? Like I said, I'm pretty sure. What? Yo, suddenly we fall out. No, but really, what? Oh my god, dude. Okay. I love this, but for none of the reasons that they designed it. Oh, Jesus, dude. What?
Hey, guess what?
What?
Greenhouse is gonna be good tomorrow.
Okay.
Hey, I got another cheese press.
Oh my god. I wish you could see what this fish was doing on my screen right now. Holy God.
Hmm.
No, no going too fast. Oh, okay. All right. What a great start. I'm just gonna run me over. Rouge is gonna have a seizure.
Guess that was all right.
This is fine. This is exactly how it should be.
Shit, did I just kill her? Killed me? I don't think so, sweetie.
No, Tanya. You never should have fucked with me and my crew.
Please, you don't have the balls.
That was
Never could
interesting.
die with dignity.
Man, I want to make sure she's really dead this time.
Yep, there's no sign of her or her virus anywhere left in the simulation.
Good. One less thing to worry about.
That the helicopter was definitely not supposed to hit him like that.
Analysis of the patterns on the walls cannot ascertain whether their purpose is aesthetic or functional. Further data required. Unknown language. Attempting translation.
I just wanted to see what would happen with the PDA.
By accessing the control room in the lower section.
Good. You fucking what, mate? No. No, 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 no. Super extra ultra no. What the fuck? What? Hold on. Can you slam this? Hold on. I need to. What? What? That water can't possibly be more than a few inches deep. What the fuck? Oh, dude, okay. Fuck me, what? What just happened? So when I closed it, it saved the settings from that version. Hey, could you do an attack? Yo, the map is gone. That was... Oh man, that was so good. Are you serious?
Not intended.
How did you manage that?
I got caught just
I know how, but how?
just the perfect one.
Jesus. Like,
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, Jesus. That's sadly really, really, really common for devs to have no idea how to play their own shit. Like, how the Killing Floor 2, what in the sweet motherfucking shit is happening? What in the hell?
You're kidding me. What? This is so stupid. I hate this game. Well, there goes one of the big guys. She has a rocket stuck to her hand. She has a rocket stuck to her hand. What?
Oh, that was fucking great. That comparison falls super flat for me. Okay, well, fuck you, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely not helping with that. Are you serious? Wow. I genuinely don't understand, man. What is he doing? What are you doing, mate? Don't be an idiot.
Dude, I didn't mean to do that. If you can't fight the Revenant, don't fight the Revenant. Are you fucking serious, bro?
Alright, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go. For reasons I don't have to explain myself. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
I honestly, I don't even know what the hell to say about this guy. Good fucking job, dude. I am not surprised. I can't, like, what in the fuck was any of that?
Can I pick that back up? Boom. I harmed me and I don't